thing that I really love about what you're doing is I don't think many parents realize just the importance of this. I mean, it's more than sort of, oh, my kid spends too much time, on social media or on their phone, or it's impossible I can ever talk to my kid. They're always looking down, and there's an element of parental frustration, which is, I think, why some parents are motivated to even think about this subject. But it's actually more nefarious than that. We know that almost every alcoholic on the planet, almost, discovered alcohol when they were teenagers. When we're very, very young, the only thing we need is the approval of our parents. That's it. And then as we go through adolescence, we make this very important adjustment, this change, which is frustrating for our parents, but very important from a human standpoint, where we now crave the approval of our peers. And again, frustrating for parents. It's an anxious time. It's full of stress and anxiety. And we're supposed to learn, so in times of stress and anxiety, to rely on our friends. That's what we're supposed to learn during adolescence. Some people, quite by accident, discover alcohol and the numbing effects of a chemical called dopamine, which is the chemical in alcohol that addicts us and makes us feel good. That connection becomes hardwired and lasts for the rest of our lives, or the rest of their lives. So all alcoholics, 100%, drink for a finite number of reasons. Social stress, financial stress, career stress. That's about it. They turn to the bottle instead of a friend, right? And it takes a lot of work to rewire that hard connection so that they rely on a person and not the alcohol when dealing with stress and anxiety. Well, what we forget is that, or what people don't realize, is that the bing, the buzz, the flash, and the beep of our phones, social media, releases dopamine, which is the exact same chemical released in gambling addictions, alcohol addictions, many drug addictions. In other words, we're giving access to vulnerable adolescents in a time when their minds are still forming. And just as we put regulations on gambling ages and alcohol, they have to be a certain age to drink. It's because we can't trust an adolescent to understand the dangers of it. We don't have those same regulations on the dopamine releasing, addicting devices. And so what's happening is an entire generation that's been exposed to this are actually growing up addicted. Yeah. Genuine, biological. It's not hyperbole of an older generation say you kids are addicted. It's actually a biological addiction because it's a chemical dopamine to their devices, and their entire self-worth becomes connected to the number of followers. You can cause serious psychological harm if someone is unfollowed, or if you break up with someone and you ghost them. All of these things, that's seriously dangerous. And the worst part is that as they grow up, having some of them having not learned these skills, these interpersonal skills, when they feel anxiety or stress, they don't turn to a person, they turn back to the device.